lovelies, I am here with you today with a very dark and dramatic look brought to you by the Jaclyn Hill Vault. Very shiny packaging. Now, I did get this in the mail yesterday. It released on the 14th of August and I have just been so excited about it. I've honestly been excited about it since May when she announced its release, but there was some delay due to quality issues, which I completely and totally applaud them for holding a product just to make sure that it is going to be a good product. The Vault is a collaboration between Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. It is basically a continuation of the original palette, the 35 palette that she did with Morphe, and it's essentially the colors that she had tried to get together for that project and then did not end up using because they only had 35 slots. So she did come up with a couple additional other colors and then revamped some of the colors that she had worked for the original palette, put them into 4 color families, and released them as the Vault, which has 4 individual palettes. And I'm sure y'all seen all the review videos on them, either the before and the after, but I will show them to you. You have the small packaging with little confetti in the color family of the palette. So this one is purple and it is called Bling Boss. And this is a very purpley shimmer palette. It's got some vibrant purples, some deep plums, this really pretty magenta pink purple color, some excellent shimmers. Just a beautiful purple palette. And then this one is the Ring the Alarm palette. And one cool thing about these palettes is they do actually have a mirror included. So that is something that a lot of people talked about with the old Jaclyn Hill palette, is they wanted a mirror. It did not have one. These do have individualized mirrors. They also are very small for travel if that's something that you're interested in. But this palette is a very warm palette, oranges, golds, reds, some deep ones in here. Just a very beautiful color family. So those are the 2 palettes that I will probably get the most use out of because I am a warm toned person. I do like my purples, pinks, reds. This one is called Armed and Gorgeous. And it is a yellow green toned palette. And it does have some nice army green color here. It's got some nice shimmers, a beautiful gold shimmer here, some oranges and yellows. It's a very interesting color palette. It's not something that I would typically use, but I have seen some really amazing looks done with this palette, so I'm very interested in working with them as well. And then the palette that brought to you this look today is the Dark Magic palette, and that is a beautiful green and blue palette with a lot of really dark sultry colors. Now, I do believe that the Vault as a whole is sold out online at Morphe.com. I do think that they sold out in the day of release. You can buy the individual palettes at Ulta, I believe, if they are still in stock. And you can buy them individually palettes as well at Morphe if they are not out of that specific palette. The whole Vault retails for $49, I believe, and then you can use any Morphe code that you have for the discount. And then you can also buy the individual palettes for $15 a piece at Ulta, online on Morphe.com if they are in stock and when they do get back in stock. Now, I'm not gonna do a swatch video on these just because they are so many colors. It is 40 colors and we would be here for quite a while. That and the fact that the swatch videos on these Vault have just been done to death because of the quality issues that people talked about and because of the re-release again on August 14th instead of June 26th. The swatch palettes and the review palettes are just you can find them everywhere. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I'm not going to re-swatch something that has been re-swatched a billion times on YouTube. I know what you guys are interested in is just me teaching y'all a look with the palettes. That is what we're going to get into. And with swatches on your arm, honestly, you can't always tell the way that they will perform on your eyes anyway. So I think the most important way is how they perform on your eyes. So let's get into that. I am going to show you with the Dark Magic palette how to obtain this look and all the drama that it brings. So let's get into that. So I'm going to zoom in on my blank face and get started. Alright, so my eyes are already primed with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. We're ready to go. We're going to be using the Dark Magic palette today. Here's another look at the colors. Some nice rich tones in here. We're going to be starting with this blue named Busted and a short bristled brush. We start packing on the color, not swiping just yet. We are focusing more on packing on a lot of pigment. So you can dab the color and then drag it and then dab it some more. We are going to be doing a halo eye today, so we're going to start by making a good ring around our eye. 1 second. I did decide I wanted a sharper line to this eye look, so I did add some tape. Going to continue to pack that color. Now, tape is something that some people still use. I do use it whenever I want a very sharp eye look on the corners. Some people use eyeshadow shields to help with fallout too. This does help with that as well. I figure with this eye look being very dramatic, we could use a sharp crease line right there. We are still just packing on color. We want a good blue base for this color, so you just can't get enough. You just want to keep going back in, tapping it into the eyelid, and then blending it out and buffing it out. Next, we're going to be going in with this greenish blue called Inside Job and a soft bristled blending brush. And this is like a deep teal green blue, as you can see when we're putting down the color. The point of this color is to just add some depth to the blue that we have already added to our eyelid, add some dimension, just really play with the colors a little bit, see how they look together. We are just going back over that blue back and forth in small circles and windshield wiper motions. Our main thing here is just blending. We don't want there to be any harsh lines left of the two colors. We want them to meld into one. That's our finished look after those two. We're going to be taking this lighter green Potion and another soft bristled brush for blending. I'm going to be getting just a little bit of the color on this brush and lightly bringing it up above those two colors that we've already placed, closer to the eyebrow bone. This is going to add a little bit of a difference in color, lighten up close to the eyebrow bone, that way it's not so dark, and add just a smidge of green for some color difference. And we're just going back and forth with small blending motions, softening that upper line. All right, now it is time to cut the crease using my Born This Way concealer and a flat bristled brush. It's got a little bit longer bristles on it that I love to use for cutting my creases. We're going to use a little trick where I put just a little bit on the lash line and then look upward. That's going to create your crease line for the best place for you to be able to cut. That way you can see the most amount of the accent color that you are placing on your lids. The most important thing to remember whenever you are cutting your crease is just to go slow, because you can ruin eye looks if you try to go too fast. There are some things you can't recover from whenever you are applying concealer, so just use a light hand and go as slow as you feel like you need to go. Remember at the end of cutting your crease to slightly tap your finger over the concealer just to take off the excess. That is the cut halo eye completed with the concealer. We're going to take that same blue, Busted, and a small detail shader brush. I'm just going to go in the corners, slightly start to build up that blue color, just where I need a little bit more control. We're going to go back in here in just a little bit with a softer brush to help blend this out. I really just wanted to focus on getting the color packed down in those small areas. So we're blending it out with our softer bristled brush. And we're going to go in with the Inside Job color next. Another small shader brush. Do the same steps again. Going over the edge. And then going back in with our fingers just to dab it away a little bit, and then a softer shader brush to blend those blue and that blue-green in together. All right, now we're going to put our shimmer on in this beautiful silver called Power Cut. It's going to be our silver accent, our shimmer accent, sorry. I use a flat bristled shader brush, and I'm just going to be using soft strokes to apply the glitter up at the cut crease line and going in over the rest of my lid. And with halo eyes like this, it's kind of an imperfect science. You just kind of have to apply it and then blend out the edges so that our dark colors go back over the edges of it, add a little bit more of the shimmer to make it more intense. And we're gonna go back over that with this green shimmer trickery just to intensify that shimmer just a tad. That silver wasn't quite doing what I wanted it to. All right, so that is mostly the eye finished. We're going to go underneath with some colors in a second. I am just softening this top part again with that lightest green potion. I'm going to remove my tape right here to show that sharp line. Clean up with a sponge. And here in just a second, my camera's going to cut off. There it did. You didn't miss anything. I just drug that color busted and inside job underneath my lash line. Finished up the other eye. Give me just 1 second. Gonna add some liner and mascara. And boom. Kat Von D tattoo liner and the Buxom mascara for the finished eye look. And here we go for the final look. Complete with green lipstick. Okay guys, this is the final look. It is very dark and very dramatic. I am a fan. It does speak out to my high school goth girl days. But I'm very pleased with the colors. They performed well. The shimmers are gorgeous. The mattes are very easily blendable. The colors pop and are just very intense. I can't wait to do more videos on the rest of the palettes, but the Dark Magic palette was a super hit for me today, and I'm very excited that you guys got to stick around and watch me play. Alright you guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know which palette you'd like to see me do next. Armed and Gorgeous, Bling Boss, or Ring the Alarm, and I will be happy to do so. I'm sure honestly you'll probably see them anyway because I love to film for you guys, and I'm gonna keep making looks for you, so you'll see them eventually. But let me know what your favorite is, or if you've gotten the vault and what you think about it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe while you're at it. Go ahead and hit the notification bell, that way you're notified every time that I upload new content. And leave a comment, let me know what you think about this look. I'm so glad that you were able to hang out with me today. Bye!